can't see my face. Well, I hope I can see my face. I was just thinking about sacrifice. Sacrifice, something that's been around for eons, thousands of years. Looking at the dam behind me, I was reminded of a story I read about the Mayans. How people would sacrifice. How people would line up joyfully to be sacrificed. Literally to have their heads cut off and rolled down a pyramid of steps. Joyfully, happily, just to appease their gods. Sacrifice. Sacrifice has so many meanings now for us. I don't know which one is true, which one is best. But so many different things represent sacrifice for us. What will we do? What will we sacrifice to bring about a life of happiness? What will we sacrifice to bring about a life of guaranteed happiness for our children, much less ourselves? How far would we go? What would we do? How about a sacrifice in which we have no idea that we are involved in the sacrifice, but yet we do live it out in our lives? Sacrifice. If we knew that we were involved in some type of a sacrificial ritual, be it human or animal or just about anything, if we knew it, would we do anything differently, or would we go along with it because it's comfortable, because it's something that we've been doing that we had no knowledge of? In thought, you got to ask yourself, who do rituals serve? What's their true purpose? You are putting forth your energy, your good vibratory energy, towards the sacrifice, towards the ritual. But who does it really benefit? Does it really benefit you? Is what you get out of it worth what you may ultimately pay for? You see, now that I've gotten a little older, more things start to make sense. There's been so many things that haven't been told to us, haven't been explained to us, that we have not been properly educated on. But yet we've seen snippets of, or we've participated in things that now we can look back on it and say, maybe there was a little more to that. I used to watch a television show called Green Lantern. I used to really like that. I believe they made a movie out of it. I started with the comic book. But I never could understand why all power came from that ring with that green ray. Until I grew up and I started understanding chakras and the color of chakras and the most powerful chakra and how it works. I find it interesting now how that green ring so closely represents the power of your green heart chakra that emanates from your house, from your heart. That vibratory green ray that takes care of all.
I'm a Green Lantern. I fear nothing. Fear is the enemy of will. Will is what makes you take action. Fear is what stops you and makes you weak.
And there were beings from so many other planets that all had the same ring that emanated the same green ray. It's kind of like if we really had brothers, astral brothers from other planets, solar systems, and galaxies, and we all had the same spark of God emanating from within us, then it would seem to reason that we would all be sons and daughters of the same God. Yep, that would make us all family. Now again, I ask you to determine if there is any correlation between the Green Lantern movie and our green heart chakra. And if you find that there is, then was it someone's effort, someone's attempt at informing us that we are all really more than what we have been educated and programmed to believe? And although the Green Lantern is old, a couple years ago I went down to the headquarters of the Raiders Stadium just before they started building, and I was able to take a look at the hologram of the stadium that they were going to build. The more I looked at it, the more it reminded me of what I read about those who rule us. Well, I don't know. I guess that's something that you'll have to look at and you will have to determine yourself. You see, from the Mayans in their pyramid-style arena, we went to the arena that is more commonly known to us. That spurred from the Romans. And now we have our modern-day arenas. But in my world, an arena is an arena. And I guess they all have the same purpose. We just call them sports now. Anyhow, look at the pictures. You be the judge. What do you think about the new Raiders Stadium? And what does the eternal flame have to do with sacrifice? When have we seen it in our lives? How do we feel about it? Do we honor it? We look forward to it as some type of a tradition to mark a game? Maybe we just use it for ceremonies for those who have passed on. Something else to look into, something else to ponder, something else to think about. Today is June 13th, so in time we will actually see who brought their frequency up high enough to graduate into the fourth dimension solidly, and all of those who will go back to the third dimension and do it again. If you find throughout the course of the coming years that you didn't make the cut, then just remember there's always the old-fashioned way, and that's what we'll be talking about from this point on. So relax. There's always a pathway into heaven. I thank you all for spending a little time with me. Live well. Until the next time. Namaste.